Hello everyone, this is Jammer, and in this video we're putting Overwatch's season ranking system to the test. We'll prove why placement matches and season ranking are complete bullshit. Admittedly, most of the time at Totally Legit Science, we aren't doing any science and we're just having fun playing games. However, we've put a lot of hours into Overwatch, and we've come to make the observation that our competitive placement tier is not accurate to how we're really playing. Have you ever felt that you were a platinum player stuck in Bronze League? A single bad day teamed up with noob puggies is fine, but not when it's season after season of Bronze Hell. Well, that's where we feel that we were at, so it was time to put money where our mouth was, and we decided to apply a little bit of scientific method. In a nutshell, we made a hypothesis, designed the best experiment we could think of to test it, and see if we could get repeatable results. You see, a reasonable assumption an Overwatch player would make is that season ranking and placement matches are accurate. Players are placed where they ought to be placed, based on their performance, and that's that. If the ranking system is truly accurate, then a player will continue to place in the same tier, season after season, until such time that they get good. Our hypothesis then is that season ranking system and placement matches are not at all accurate at measuring overall how good an individual player is. It may even be that previous seasons' rankings are influencing a brand new season's placement of a player. Before I get into thing, here are two quick definitions I'll be using. The first is new accounts. A new account is a brand new account that's never played any placement matches or competitive season before. It has just reached level 25 this season in order to be eligible for said placement matches. And the second thing I want to define is a veteran account. A veteran account is an account that has completed placement matches for more than 10 consecutive competitive seasons. The experiment design and setup is this. First, we need a test subject, or a player with a veteran Overwatch account. Choosing whichever hero they want, they need to complete the necessary 10 placement matches and record the results. Next, we need to have that same player do it all over again, but with a brand new account. Finally, rinse and repeat for science. We had 3 different people in the same geographic region perform this process all during the same competitive season. That's right, we gave Blizzard some real money just to investigate whether or not placement match ranking is accurate, and bought 3 new accounts. All placement matches for all accounts, both new and veteran, occurred in the same competitive season and within the same month of each other, but on different days. This was to account for really good days with really good random teammates or really bad days with bad teammates. Our 3 test subjects were myself, Jammer, Proud of My Beef, and Shammy. Before beginning the test, I asked each player to make some assumptions about season ranking, and what they thought was really going on with their own individual placement matches. AKA, why can't you leave Bronze League, Johnny? Shammy is what you'd call a professional noob. Overwatch is her first competitive FPS game. She's played a few other FPS games in the past, such as Left 4 Dead, but never anything competitively. So her assumption for not leaving the Bronze League every season was that she just was not improving as a player. Jammer's initial assumption before the experiment began is that placement matches were indeed fair, that the system was working. It's that more and more players were playing the Overwatch game, so things were averaging out. After all, Bronze and Silver tier should make up the largest player base in competitive Overwatch, so to get beyond them, you would have to be better than one standard deviation of the entire player base. Proud of My Beef's initial assumption is that he was a Platinum tier player, but he was being punished for continuously playing competitive matches with a group of friends. It's that the ranking system was averaging out his individual score to more closely match the group's season ranking score. Now then, here's some screen captures of the placement match results. I'm sure you might have some comments for this video, and we'd love to read them, but really, the data should speak for itself. Please let us know if you get different results. Shammy's veteran account finished placement matches with a season ranking of 1,023 points. That's Bronze tier. For her veteran account, the top 3 heroes she played in order were Orisa, Reinhardt, and Winston. Shammy normally plays support heroes and not the tank role, but the composition of her teams during the placement matches required that she played tank. This didn't seem to alter the outcome of the experiment. Shammy's new account finished placement matches with 2,120 points, that's Gold tier. And for her new account, the top 3 heroes she played the most in order were Lucio, Mercy, and Orisa. Proud of My Beef's veteran account finished placement matches with a season ranking of 1,775 points, that's Silver tier. And for his veteran account, the top 3 heroes he played the most in order were D.Va, Lucio, and Moira. Prada Beef's new account finished placement matches with 2,672 season ranking points. That's Platinum tier. For his new account, the top 3 heroes he played in order were D.Va, Reinhardt, and Lucio. Jammer's veteran account finished placement matches with season ranking of 1,533 points. That's Silver tier. Jammer's veteran account, the top 3 heroes he played the most in order were Reinhardt, Bastion, and Orisa. Jammer's new account finished placement matches with a season ranking of 2,529 points. That's Platinum tier. For his new account, the top 3 heroes he played in order were Brigitte, Reinhardt, and Orisa. Here's a fancy graph I made to sum up the whole experiment in one picture. Legit science should have graphs after all. As you can see on this graph, the difference between Shammy's 2 accounts was 1,097 season ranking points, going from Bronze tier to Gold tier. This is the largest delta we had in the experiment. The difference between Proud of My Beef's 2 accounts in the experiment was 754 points, going from Silver tier to Platinum tier. This was the smallest delta in the experiment. Compared to the veteran account, Proud of My Beef's new account had slightly improved stats. Proud of My Beef did purposely throw the last placement match on his new account while playing Reinhardt, and the team still won, but it did not seem to adversely affect the season ranking points that were allotted. His new account still ranked higher at the end of season placement matches than his veteran account. The difference between Jammer's 2 accounts was 996 season ranking points, going from Silver tier to Platinum tier. Compared to a veteran account, Jammer had slightly worse stats on the new account for this season. And for the first round on Jammer's new account, he was down a man 4v5, but ended up winning a match. This did not seem to alter the outcome of the experiment, as again, Jammer's new account placed 2 tiers higher than the old one. It has already been observed by others on YouTube and from various statements made by Blizzard that group play or pre-mades are sort of punished by Matchmaker and season placement matches. That is, that solo queuing will give you a statistically better advantage at winning a match due to who the matchmaker system matches you up against. This, however, was not the goal of our experiment today, but it's worthy to note of how and why our experiment was set up. We're here looking for how season ranking places an individual player, not how it's done as a group or pre-made. Hero selection and role selection did not seem to affect the outcome of the experiment. Regardless of what hero was used or what role was played for all the placement matches, all 3 players saw an increase in season ranking by a difference of 2 tiers of competitiveness. Regardless of what hero was used or what role was played during the placement matches, all 3 players saw an increase in their season ranking using the new account. Variances and random teammates was controlled for by playing competitive rounds on different days. Variances in latency for both client and server side was controlled for by having each player use different PC equipment, different ISPs, but still being located within the same geographic region. They played on the same Blizzard region. In all 3 accounts, the player's new account ranked 2 tiers higher than the veteran account. The difference ranged from 754 points to 1,097 points. Oh, and just in case last season had something weird going on with it, or you thought that our results were limited to one particularly bad season, Shammy did placement matches one more time this season using both accounts. Her veteran account finished placements with a season ranking of 959 points, which is Bronze tier, and her new account finished placements with a season ranking of 2,024 points, which is Gold tier, for an overall difference of 1,065 points. Surprise, surprise, that's 2 tiers of difference between the new account and the old account, finishing placement matches in the same season by the same player. And yet again, the veteran account remains in the Bronze tier. So what? We conclude that the current ranking system in Overwatch for an individual player, as we have observed and tested, is not accurately placing that individual. The largest difference in points is being a whopping 1,097 points. This system actually punishes the player that improves their skills season to season. Blizzard may not believe that you can improve as a player. One thing that we've concluded for sure from these experiments is that if you want to place 2 tiers higher in Overwatch, then Blizzard wants you to buy a new copy of the game. Placement matches, where the season ranking points are made up and the tiers don't matter. elohell is a real place and Blizzard will send you there. If you like this video format and want us to make more videos like this, let us know by leaving a comment or smashing that like button.